things are getting a little difficult up in here. It's happening. The engine's going up. This is gonna be nerve-wracking.
Don't listen to the dream crushers. If you want to take your engine out, you can do it. If you want to sail, you can do it. If you want to build raggedy little thin bulkheads, just do it.
I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We've spent the last 4 years sailing our $5,000 Craigslist boat to some of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. From spearfishing in South Andros, Bahamas, staying in a treehouse and riding horses through the rainforest of the Dominican Republic, to even dodging hurricanes in Puerto Rico. We could have never imagined what this adventure would become. After gaining more sailing experience, we knew we had to make some serious upgrades to our boat if we wanted to keep this journey going. So we decided to go all in with our 40-year-old boat and get a new engine. We soon realized that we were in for more projects than we originally planned on. There's gonna be some major changes coming up, so hit subscribe and join us for the journey. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. Today is going to be super exciting because we're going to attempt to take out our old rusty dusty engine.
We're not attempting. We're getting it out of there come hell or high water. But yeah, we got our old rusty dusty. Basically, Rusty Wallace is getting fired today. We're throwing her out of there, and it's going to be tough. The main reason, though, that we're getting rid of this old boy is because it never worked. It would only go in reverse. So we had to reverse across many anchorages. All through the Bahamas we reversed in. We had to reverse all the way from the anchorage to get our haul out. Embarrassing. People don't want to see you driving backwards. They're like, who are these freaks? But our boat only went backwards, so it was kind of cool. I got to learn a lot of cool things, but we're getting rid of that. Only went forward. It used to overheat all the time. It wouldn't start half the time. It was just a big mess. The muffler fell off.
Yeah, our elbow broke at the end, rusted through.
Yeah, basically it was just my old Nova. It was just my old, like, Pinto, old crappy car that just wasn't working no more. We duct taped it together for as long as we could. I was Frankenstein, but the monster is no more.
So let's get right into the engine room and see what we got to work with.
Alright, so first things first I gotta go down there and I gotta use my WD-40. I'm gonna soak all those old rusty bolts, let that sink in for a little bit before I get to knuckle busting. Alright, so now we know why we call it rusty. That's just from spraying WD-40 on the old rusty bolts. I'm already that filthy, so this is going to be quite a job. Next thing I'm going to do is take all the hoses off, all the fuel lines, all the water hoses, so that all that can just be out of the way. Okay, so now that I got my Perco sea strainer loose, it wasn't easy. It was a lot of patina on them bolts, but I got her loose. I was able to drain my diesel fuel out of my fuel filter, and now I'm going to be able to take that off next. And I'm just going to keep knocking out these dominoes.
Ew, what is that?
That's the old sewage line.
That is not true.
No, it's the old rusty dusty. So you could see how rusty that water was. That's from the internals of our engine. That's our coolant, which is just water basically, because the motor never really ran enough to use real coolant. So yeah, that's why we're getting a new motor, because the inside of this one's obviously been compromised.
What is that?
This is the raw water cooler. It's not a mixer, I don't think, in here, but basically the salt water runs in here, and the salt water cools down the fresh water that cools the engine down. I forget what it's called. Heat exchanger. This is called a heat exchanger. I'm pretty sure it's called a heat exchanger. All right, boys and girls, I got my first knuckle bust.
On your middle finger?
Looks
like you got your eye bust. There's black goo on it.
I got an eye bust too now. All right, y'all, but not only is my finger hurting, my heart hurts because I remember I put this belt on when I was doing all my first works on the motor back when I was first transitioning from Maniac Matt into Diesel Dan. I remember I got this and I put it on.
And you felt cool?
That was, a couple thousand miles, three plus thousand miles ago of sailing my little boat here. And it kind of makes me sad, back when I didn't know nothing and I was working on this engine. And I still don't know nothing and I'm working on this engine. So the more things change, the more they stay the same. Rusty bolts ain't coming. I'm all tore up in there. I'm thinking there's one little part that I might be able to cut through the mount with this. So let's see. This is going to be quite the test for the little Milwaukee hacksaw. But maybe she can get in there and get her done. We're going to find out.
I'm nervous.
We're going to find out.
Are you going to chop off something that you're not supposed to?
No. Well, this engine's going to the garbage anyway. I've been in the battle of my life getting these old rusty bolts off. I definitely had all the flashbacks of people telling me just fix the old engine, and I said, this too rusty. And I think I might have been right. But now I'm almost there. I got to wrestle this bad boy out of here. I know I could probably hook up a halyard and help me out here a little bit, but I don't want to do that. I want to get a good film for y'all. And we got to have one hand on the camera and one hand on this engine to get it. So let's get it.
Should you maybe get a rope tied up? What's going on?
It's just like stuck. I cut this off, but it's just like welded to there or something, and it ain't coming off. Like stuck on there like that. Like I guess I gotta hook the halyard up and take all that off and get the thing attached to it so I can take the weight off of it at least.
Alright guys, so things are getting a little difficult up in here, so we're going to try to get a line going to the halyard and kind of crank it up. It seems to be stuck for some reason somewhere and we're not really understanding. I'm getting nervous. Tilting forward. cannoli. Now what do we do with that?
Well, we start piecing her apart so we can get her a little lighter. I think I can take the transmission off. Alright, so when I was always having drama and problems with my old marine gear that would only go in reverse, I got a lot of people saying, just take it out, get it fixed, this can be done. And I said, no, you guys don't understand, because it got rained on with salt water back in the day and all the bolts were going to break, and here's the broken bolt. And it's right on that side that got rained on. And this would have been like relatively impossible for me to get out if the engine was installed. The engine's all the way out now and I still can't take it apart. So I think basically it broke my heart to cut the check for the new engine, but I think that there was no way to salvage this one. So there's the first of many broken bolts, I'm sure.
Alright guys, it's the next day. Today's a nerve-wracking day because, well, for me, I don't know about you, but we're pulling it out, we're cranking this bad boy out, and hopefully getting it out of here. Right now it's in the way, we don't have much room, and we have all these projects, we can't just hobble over it on the floor.
We cannot hobble over it. But yeah, I got my Battleborn t-shirt on because it's going to be a battle to get this thing out of here safely. You know, I'm going to try to get it out, but if it's not going perfect, I will back down. You know, I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm not going to drop a 300-pound motor on my head. I don't want to do that.
Hit subscribe, guys, if you're new to this channel. Give us some good luck vibes, and I think that subscribe button is really going to help us lift and launch it right out of the boat.
First things first, I gotta measure this to see roughly what the height is, because it looks pretty tall and I don't know if it's gonna get out of here. I may have to raise my boom a little bit. I'm gonna call that 24 inches. All right, it's a little bit too close, so I think I'm gonna move my boom up a little bit, get that thing raised up so that I have a little bit more clearance.
Alright guys, it's time. It's happening. The engine's going up. This is gonna be nerve-wracking. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming out.
I'll be able to see it, so I'll tell you.
Okay. Yankees. Luckily we had that foam down. Was that nerve-wracking? Yeah, that was really nerve-wracking.
All right, so first step went relatively pain-free. I had a little bit of a slip. I thought I had it around the cleat to kind of let it go by myself. I really don't want Kristen too near this engine, so I took a step away and I almost crashed the whole engine through the top of the boat. Just kidding, not really. That was for dramatic effect, but it fell about 6 inches, which, you know, 300 plus pounds. It's not really great. I have my hand on the rope still, thank goodness. But, you know, luckily we made it on unscathed. The boat's, I'm sure, not hurt. We had some foam down. We thought about it. But now I'm going to get some big piece of plywood to put down on my dinghy so that I can lower it down there so that I can take it over to the boatyard and basically get it out of here. I got to get this big engine out of my way.
Guys, I couldn't find Matt. I tried to run down there on the other side. I couldn't even find him. So tell us what happened.
Just the gods conspired against me. So we've been in Puerto Rico for 2 years now, almost, roughly 2 years, and a little under 2 years. But either way, we've been here for a while. We've been in the trades for close to 3 years. So it never blows from the south, and it certainly never blows from the south. Blows from the southwest. So there's a front to the north of us that like busted the trades, and things are coming out of the southwest. So when I went to pull into where it's normally the most calmest, flattest water, it's like the wind was coming right into where I had to go, and there's like waves coming in, crashing off the seawall, and then refracting back. It was like super chaotic, and obviously you have a 300 plus pound engine on the front of your dinghy. You're like, oh man, this is going to go bad for me. So I hightailed it out of there. I did an about face, and I went around to this little lagoon area, but it wasn't easy to get the motor off at that point, and I slipped and the slime, and I busted my butt on the floor. So that's pretty funny. I'm sure you guys got a funny joke out of that. But yeah, it was hectic. It was rough. It was a rough go of it, but all in all, we made it out fine. And the engine's off the boat, so that's one big weight, literally off of our shoulders.
It never was on my shoulders.
No, you helped me a lot though.
So guys, we did it, but we're not done yet. We have to try to clean up, at least rip out the old foam and clean up a little bit inside of the engine room. Let's do that so we can go home and be done with today.
Yeah, I don't got to clean up a little bit. I got to clean the whole thing. It's going to be horrible. But I want that out so that I can inspect the old mounting areas to make sure I don't have to fix anything right away. They looked kind of crappy when I took them out, so a little bit more tear out, a lot of cleanup, and then we'll be ready for the new engine when it comes.
Guys, I'm tired today. I'm really happy that we finally got that engine out of here. I'm looking at the inside of where our engine belongs and it looks questionable. Obviously there was a lot of DIY before we got this boat, and I'm still wondering the story about what happened to this boat. When we got it, there was holes in it, giant diesel cans inside. Obviously that saltwater leak happened, so...
Yeah, homeboy motored back from Panama.
How do you know?
To Florida. He was in Panama before, they kind of told me, and then all the jugs, whenever you see someone with 70 diesel jugs on either on the side of their boat or in the middle, don't talk to them about sailing. Those are diesel Danes. They decided they want a slow trawler, and I don't know why people would do it, but people do it. Sailing against the trades is overrated. WB Frog told me that. And
that was a nickname for a neighbor, not the actual WG.
Yeah, he was a nickname for neighbor. He was actually pretty cool, but he told me, he said, bro, sailing upwind, overrated. Get a good motor, everyone motors. I didn't believe him. I said, nah, dog, I watch YouTube, and all these people be sailing every day. Sorry, that's enough hating for one day. But yeah,
anyway, so we don't know what happened to the boat. I'm seeing a little weirdness happening down there, so we'll probably jump into that another video. But for now, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm tapping out. We got a lot of work done in those 2 days, so... Yeah, and we didn't chop any of our digits or our toes off.
Yeah, because we take our own advice, and we say, even though we don't know how to get this motor out of here, I thought I could lift it up with one arm, but obviously I didn't quite get there. I ain't the young buck I used to be. But we said, salty or not, here we come. We took our own advice, and we said, we're just going for it, guys.
Oh, so, yeah. Did you guys peep my new shirt?
Peep
Can you see it?
Peep it. Salty or not, here we come, and we came. And we came hard.
Okay, that's enough.
We really did that. So don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the dream crushers. If you want to take your engine out, you can do it. If you want to sail, you can do it. If you want to build raggedy little thin bulkheads, just do it.
If you want bunk beds in the middle of your salon,
I might put bunk beds right here. I will do it. But seriously, y'all, do I need to shave? I'm hurting.
You need a nap. Anyways, let's end this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new, comment, and do not forget to hit that thumbs up button. You know, go back to last week's video and go view that and give that one a thumbs up button, because you guys are doing a pretty good job on that. And if you get 50,000 likes on that video, whoa, I almost fall over. If you get 50,000 likes on that video, we're wearing overalls and we're going hee-haw on our first test sail.
I looked at overalls and they looked cool. I saw some Carhartts that looked pretty baller.
Anyways, we'll see you next week, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.